cause time to chill. So roll that blunt and light it up. I know I say this all the time, but look how much I give a fuck.
Avengers: Infinity War. Russo brothers reveal why Captain Marvel hasn't been part of MCU so far. We are still reeling from the epic ending of Avengers: Infinity War, which saw half the creatures of the universe wiped out, including many of our superheroes. In the end credit scene, we see Nick Fury taking out his pager to call Captain Marvel, before he fades into darkness. But why was Captain Marvel, played by Brie Larson, not part of the MCU yet? Recently, the Infinity War directors Joe and Anthony Russo said they were waiting for the right moment to introduce the superhero. Joe said in a podcast, "No, we want to save her reveal." Anthony added, "We also wanted to, it was very important to us to commit, and we wanted to commit to this ending very hard. We didn't want to go past the ending very much." Joe added, "And we considered not doing any tags. For that reason," Joe said. "Then we thought maybe it was too brutal. Everything's about trying to find balance." She will be a part of the MCU at that point, Anthony added. And part of the promise of these movies is that they are road forward for all the films. Captain Marvel, starring Brie Larson as Carol Danvers, will be released in March 2019 and is set in the 90s. In retrospect, it appears that Nick Fury mentioned Carol Danvers way back in the first Iron Man post-credit scene when he tells Tony Stark, "You think you're the only superhero in the world? Danvers is the first hero Fury encountered. Kevin Feige told you, we wanted to explore a period before Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury had any idea about any of the other heroes and crazy stuff going on in the world. You know, we first met Nick when he told Tony, you're part of a big universe. You just don't know yet. Well, we want to go back to a time when he didn't know it yet, and really showcase and announce that Carol Danvers was that first hero that Nick came across. That meant she could be the singular hero, but place it within timing of the MCU. It also got us talking about different genres, exploring this notion of sort of the 90s action film. We hadn't necessarily done anything like that before either. So there are definitely homages to our favorite 90s action films within Captain Marvel. Based on the Marvel comic character first appearing in 1968, the story follows Carol Danvers as she becomes one of the universe's most powerful heroes when Earth is caught in the middle of a galactic war between two alien races. Set in the 1990s, Captain Marvel is an all-new adventure from a previously unseen period in the history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Avengers: Infinity War box office update. Avengers: Infinity War can check off yet another record, the second highest second weekend of all time. Disney and Marvel's latest collaboration earned $112.5 million from 4,474 locations in its second frame. The 56% decline was just enough to top the record previously held by fellow Marvel title Black Panther, which made $111.6 million in its second weekend. Star Wars: The Force Awakens holds the prize for biggest second weekend, with a mighty $149 million in 2015. Only 5 films have ever hit the $100 million mark in their second weekends. In just North America, the superhero mashup has made $450.8 million. Among Infinity War's numerous accomplishments is being the fastest film to gross $1 billion, in just 11 days. And the film has yet to open in China. One of 3 weekend releases opening in Infinity War's almighty wake is Overboard, anchoring in the second spot with a solid $14 million in 1,623 theaters. The MGM and Lionsgate Pantaleon remake of Goldie Hawn Kurt Russell's classic rom-com of the same name now stars Anna Faris and Eugenio Derbez. That 3-day estimate washes in slightly ahead of Derbez's last leading role, How to Be a Latin Lover, which bowed with $12 million in 2017. Overboard is currently averaging a bleak 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. The audience score, however, is faring better with a 76%. 3 in its 5th weekend is Paramount Pictures' A Quiet Place. John Krasinski's horror thriller made $7.5 million in 3,413 locations, bringing its domestic total to an impressive $159.8 million. The 3rd weekend of Amy Schumer's I Feel Pretty secured the 4th slot with $4.9 million from 3,232 theaters. Its North American tally currently sits at $37.8 million. Rounding out the top 5 is Dwayne Johnson's Rampage. The Warner Brothers film grossed $4.6 million in 3,151 locations. In 4 weeks, its domestic total is $84.7 million. Black Panther likely saw another boost from Infinity War. The Chadwick Boseman star landed in 6th place, taking in $3.2 million from 1,641 locations in its 12th weekend. To date, Black Panther has made $693 million in North America. Focus features Tully, with Charlize Theron, Mackenzie Davis, Mark Duplass, and Ron Livingston, debuted with $3 million in 1,353 theaters. The comedy-drama directed by Jason Reitman and written by Diablo Cody has garnered a solid 89 certified rating on Rotten Tomatoes. The final weekend opener, Electric Entertainment's Bad Samaritan, launched with $1.6 million from 2007 locations. Dean Delvin's thriller starring David Tennant, Robert Sheehan, and Carrie Condon has a B Cinema score, along with a 56 critical rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Thanks primarily to Infinity War, the year-to-date box office is up 5.2%, according to ComScore.